Well, I came back. I have got to get out here. I wish it would rain without lightning long enough for me to come up and do the garden, do the weeds and get it ready. Cause Lord, it's getting too much. It's gonna be too much on me. I'm gonna be stressing in there and probably go in the house and tell everybody y'all get up and help me. And they're not gonna want to. I promise that. They don't. They kind of when they see me coming out of the garden or from up here, they all run, hide. They have a little game they play, hide from me. And they all act like they have selective hearing. They don't hear me. You know, this is about the time of year I get locked out every year. Because they do. They'll pretend like they don't hear me and lock the door. And everybody goes goes home. You know, I didn't really want a cell phone at all. And then now that I got one, nobody ever calls. It's probably, I don't even know what it sounds like actually. Too often. I've heard it once or twice. Thank goodness it did come in handy. I have to retract what I said because I've gotten locked out and I had to call in the house and get them to come and let me in. One time I got locked out and I couldn't get anybody's attention, so I got the water hose and I sprayed the windows really hard until he got up and let me back in the house. I mean, Lord, I live here. You wouldn't think I'd have to put a sign on the front door. Don't lock me out. You know, I can't help it. I'm out here a little too late. You should have checked. Lord, you don't expect me to be a responsible adult, do you? Not at my age, for goodness sakes. I forgot to tell you something. I got to tell you this because it's really been, it's weighing heavy on me. Let me tell you that. First, it's weighing real heavy. All right. You know when you get older, this is for the ones that ain't quite got where I'm at. I'm going to try to give y'all a little helpful hint every now and then. Well, here's one I'm today. You know, used to I'd always just go get my eyebrows waxed or, on my way home from work or whatever I was doing. But, here lately I don't really like to do too much. I don't like to go nowhere. I like being home. I really kind of turned into one of those people. They're probably going to have to send the white coat to get me out of the house. But there I went around the block to get to the corner. But went in there. And I thought, well, I need to, I might just go somewhere one day this month. And I might need to go ahead and try to get these eyebrows under control. I mean, how hard can it be? You'd think. Well, I can tell you why I miss words and stuff. I can tell you this very clearly and honestly right now. Because I can't see. So I'm in there with my little magnifying mirror and the tweezers. And I have to wear glasses to see the little words, which obviously they're not working. So I thought, well, I got the glasses on. Then I have to take them off because it's just conflict. You can't see, but the glasses don't help. Anyhow, I'm in there and I'm trying to pluck these eyebrows with them on, with them off, with them in my lap, with them sitting beside me, with them looking at me. I'm in there for a long time too. And I realized I was like, dog, my leg is tired. So I'm wondering, man, I thought I just started. Well, I finally put the tweezers down and I walked out to say hey to Sarah, see what they were up to. And she's looking at me kind of funny. And I'm looking back at her like, what is it? I knew I hadn't eaten no chocolate or anything. I didn't have it smeared all over my face. I couldn't have. Because, that happens too when you get older. But she's looking at me. She said, what have you done? And I said, what do you mean, what have I done? She said, what did you do? I said, I plucked my eyebrows. And she said, yeah, you did. And I said, what's wrong? Are they crooked or something? She said, crooked? You plucked them right out, except for the very beginning. Probably the only part you could really see. So, yeah, it looks funny. But I'm thankful that they do make those pencils where I can kind of put some eyebrows back up in there until they come back out, and they will. It's like, it's an awful curse. It's a curse. It is a curse. It's like the hair on your legs. It's a curse. And it just won't quit growing. And it's awful. You can't even stand. You got to get up and get it off there because you can't even stand for your legs to touch the sheet. It's almost like, well, frankly, it's probably like hugging a porcupine. So I had to take care of that. But I'm like, oh, well, hell, now I can't go nowhere for another. Even if I decide to go now, I can't go because my eyebrows are half gone, except for the little, the part that leads up to your arch. Well, I got that part. I could see it pretty good. I don't know how to fix that problem, honestly. I mean, I really don't. If I take glasses off, I pluck the eyebrows. If I leave them on, I pluck the eyebrows. If I go off, I'm liable to have an anxiety attack trying to get them waxed off. I don't know how to fix this one. So, and I can't, I am my mother's daughter, and I cannot go anywhere with them, coming out the side of my head or becoming a unibrow. I mean, I can't do it. I just can't do it, even though it would be convenient. And these masks, at first I really didn't like it at all, and I refused to put one on. But then one day I realized that mask is covering half my face. I don't have to do nothing but put some mascara on and put that mask on, and I look 100% made up pretty good. So then I got attached to that, and then it kind of hurt my feelings when I didn't have. And I even bought different colors and stuff because, Lord, you have to color and match everything because that was important to my mom. I don't know if I told you this, but if I did, I apologize for saying it again. My sister and I were going to the grocery store once and down in Tampa, and I think we had like $50 to buy groceries. This when her and I were living down there. And we're discussing what we're going to buy with this money to make it last, for the kids and us and get through that week. And we're talking about it, and I had a Mustang, God bless it. But it got on the railroad tracks, and I want you to know it stalled. And it became a funny moment because I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and I'm like, well, if it don't start, we're going to have to get out and push it. She's still looking at me like, you're kidding me. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. But we're sitting there, and then, it just hit me all of a sudden that I had on a different color underwear that day, and it didn't match my clothes. And I said, oh, my God, Martha, we got to get off these tracks. We can't get hit by no train. Because if Mama has to come down here and identify our body, she will look at what we're wearing, and she will walk out the door, and nobody will know who we were. And she said, well, yeah, that'd be real bad, She said, for you. She said, me, she's going to already be walking out the door when my silicone breast is bouncing up Del Mabry Highway and still bouncing 2 miles from where we got hit by the train. And I said, I think we ought to put a note in the glove box or something, an apology, a pre-apology for whatever we may have been wearing and for the breasts that may have been bouncing or whatever we might have done and that helped get us in that situation that we left home unprepared. So we had some hell of conversations, I'll tell you that. Well, you guys, I'm gonna go, it's hot out here, and I'm actually sweating, and I don't usually do such a thing as that, and it's not proper. Never did when I was younger. I could stay in the sun all day. But I guess that happens when you get old, but I don't share that with nobody because Southern ladies, we just don't sweat. We just don't. I mean, we just don't. We can't. It's not proper. So you can go in there and pretend I'm dry. And if anybody says anything, then they'll have to convince them. I probably can do that, I think. Except for my husband, he's still looking at me kind of funny because I'm missing the eyebrows. And he's still trying to figure out what's different. And I ain't gonna tell him. Should be good for, I don't know, see how long it takes him. All right, I'm thinking about y'all, and I sure am glad you're in my life. You sure have brightened my days and helped me through a lot. And, whatever you're going through, just know that you're going to get through it. I promise you will get through it. You will get through it. Just keep moving, put one foot in front of the other. Keep going. Keep looking up and keep trying to find something in this world that makes you smile. And I was thinking about something today, because I am grateful for all of you. I was thinking, the rainbow is so beautiful when it comes. You see it, and it's so gorgeous, and it's so perfect. But, we can't have that rainbow until we get the rain. and it's like a beautiful thing. Especially when the clouds and the sun coming through a little bit after a real heavy rain, and you look up and see that rainbow, and you're grateful for that rain, that cleansing. It's kind of like our tears. We can't see past them when we're crying, but once you quit crying, wash your face, and watch for the rainbow. And if it don't come right away, just keep looking for it. In fact, go out and find it. Sometimes you got to get up and go find it. Like I told all my grandkids, it's not going to knock on the door and ask you to join it. You got to go find it. A job isn't going to come to the door and check in with you to see if you want it that day. You got to be diligent, and you got to push for it, and you got to look, and you got to camp out, whatever you got to do. You got to let them know you mean business. And I don't care what kind of job you want. Whatever it is, if it's pieces, papers, stores, you're just going to have to go up there and sit, and you're going to just have to pretend like it's the best job in the world. And you got to learn to use your words wisely, because that's about the only way you're going to keep from getting fired. That's what I had to learn. Because, it's not nice to talk to people that come in there to spend their money, and you want to yell, and, you seriously want to yell at them because they ain't too bright. So I did learn that little, I learned how to get them and them not find out for a while, and then save my job because I didn't want to get fired. We'll go into that another day, and we're going to have to set us up a category. I don't know. I'll get with y'all, and we'll figure it out.